All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they say yeah, and they say yeah, and they say yeah. 'Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air. Ludacris going in on the verse, 'cause I've never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, pin them in the sky, but the homie better make it in my go spot down. I never went nowhere. What they saying, Luda's back. Blame it on that contour. We call it Luda-yak. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down, like strippers' booties go. My verse will still be served. It's played like a million verses. Last time on a college remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out. Y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts. Accountants count me in. Make millions every year. You're a South champion. Cause all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they say yeah, and they say yeah, and they say yeah. Down, down, do it. Do it. All I do is please, please. All I do is please, please. All I do is please, please. And if you go in here, put your hands in the air, make them say yeah.
Look, hey, why do I know that my time coming up? Out of my mind when my time meaning up. Say to my girl many times I was stuck, had to wax the rail, rip a tray out like I'm young, cause I am in the scenes I got. Little more to give y'all than the people I'm not. Step foot in the game, young lives change, Hate them more cause I'm up and I don't even fly like, but up here I see rappers lying, dark clothes, high things. I know they hiding, but what you hiding from? You trying to run, you know I'm about to grill your ass. Hey, look, know it's my time, you must not rise. You was on my time when I ride in the beat. Manipulate time like you do with they minds. I'm sick and tired of the lies that you preach. Only up I climb, I'ma leave y'all down. I can show y'all how like the birds and the bees. Everybody trying to stunt like they know the fuck is up. I know everybody's stuck to a certain degree. They all hiding.
All right, yo.
Always keep it 10 toes in.
YouTube, your boy's back. What's poppin'? Before we begin, hello, welcome to all. Hope you all had a good weekend. You know what I'm grill your ass. Before we begin, disclaimer. Everybody, world, hello. All content presented is a complete joke and should not be taken seriously. Geo's an incompetent 5 2 3/4 wannabe singing, non-financial advisor. Crypto's a scam. Making money online is impossible. Global warming is real and the earth is flat. Guys, how have you been? How have we all been? I hope we are happy, healthy, and wealthy. I'll tell you that much for damn sure. Welcome everybody. Today we're going to be talking about some things, maybe getting into some positions. We are in a couple of long positions here. Let's trade this fake money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Phrase, Esteban, Muzz, G, Victor, Max, Ross. How y'all doing, man? Do me a solid. Only if you like the content and I provide you value, consider hitting the like button for me. If not, then I love you anyways. Guys, what do you want to talk about? We're in some longs, man. We're in some longs, some trades that were given in the Nexus, some nice zones held out for the weekend. I actually added to my Ethereum long this morning. So things are going pretty well right now. But of course, we're always looking to make new money because today's money is, or yesterday's money was yesterday's money. Today's money is today's money. So let's see if we can find some new positions. Let's talk about some things, man. Let's talk about some things. But I want to hear about y'all. How are you guys doing? I am currently in 2 longs, and that's it. I'm in a Dogecoin long, and I am in a Ethereum long. Those are my only 2 positions. Bitcoin is in a short zone right now. That doesn't mean short it. It means it has piqued our interest in this zone. And I do believe that if we break this level on Bitcoin, I do believe that we are going to make our way up towards 118,000. But let's go over what's going on, okay? So over the weekend, actually for the past little while, we've had some pretty ugly lows. Okay, we've had some pretty ugly lows. Or sorry, highs, pretty ugly highs. You know, all last week we just chopped around, chop. I haven't traded Bitcoin in a very long time, by the way, because Bitcoin actually sucks to trade. It's very boring right now, and I just have no interest in it. However, what I will say is that we left all these ugly ass highs, okay, all these stupid ugly highs. Mad chop last week came down, we hit our zone perfectly, okay, and we got the confirmation that we were looking for perfectly. So in the Nexus, you know, we were prepared for you know, $112,000. Took us a long ass time to get there, but of course we finally made our way there. And all I wanted was a 5-minute market structure flip as confirmation. Now, when I do my analysis, the way that I do it is I find my higher time frame levels like this. I get my, you know, confirmation that I'm looking for like that, and I prepare my trade, right? So obviously you need to have a plan. I always prepare my trade. The trade, had I had taken Bitcoin, which I did not, I took the Ethereum one, which we'll talk about in a moment. The original idea for the trade was something like this. So I needed the 5-minute market structure flip. You got the 5-minute market structure flip that we wanted. And I think, you know, a feasible target would be to come and tackle some, if not all, of this liquidity. It's very easy liquidity that we can go for. And we're looking for something like this. Does this mean we're going to all-time high? No. Can this be all-time high? Absolutely. Does it make sense for it to be? Absolutely. I'm not just smoking any hopium. This, based on structure, based on expectational order flow, does make sense to be the low before Bitcoin decides to break out once again. However, that doesn't mean long right now and put the stop loss there. No, things change all the time in real time. But that's what the plan was when I, you know, came up with this idea. Of course, there are some levels that are lower as well that we are potentially looking at. But the best thing that we can do is whenever we hit a zone, you get your structure break, you get your confirmation, and then you pull the trigger. And then that's all you can do. Once you pull the trigger, the trade's out of your hands. It's up to the trade gods, and then, you know, you go from there. So this was the position, this was the idea, and that's why I suspect that right now, if we were to break this level that we're in right now, and we're coming into it pretty hot, so if we were to break this level, then I do suspect we are going to make our way up towards, you know, that. No, I don't trade trend lines per se, but up towards like that trend line thing, probably hang around there for a little bit, you know, reaccumulate and then pop out. That's what I would be expecting, again, unless things change. So that was the long trade that was given. I didn't take this. I was very busy for the past like 3-4 days. I wasn't really around, but I did take the Ethereum one. Okay, the Ethereum one is a little bit more was a little bit cleaner in my opinion of an entry and a better risk to reward trade. Okay, so it did the exact same thing. I had my level, I have my position, I'm prepared, and you know, once you got that SFP, I even said, you know, 4-hour target is TBD, watch for SFP. Okay, because I knew that to the left of this zone we had some ugly lows here, right? These three. So I, you know, accounted for that. And I said, watch for SFP. Very important that we do that all the time. And, you know, we got the SFP. That's why I don't try to catch any knife. It's, in my opinion, very foolish to try to do that. What's the point in doing that? There's no point. You might as well just wait for the confirmation, pull the trigger one time and win, right? So that was the original trade idea. That also is coming up towards these highs on Ethereum. Does that mean that that ETH is going to go to 39.43? No. It does not mean that it's going to go to 39.43. Again, unless things change, and things change all the time. So don't say Geo said. Geo said. I could be super giga bearish in the next 10 minutes if things change, right? But this was the original idea. So we'll see how far up we can make it, okay? As you can see on Ethereum, we have a counter trade here at 37-ish 50. ETH hasn't really been great to trade lately, I must say. It's not been my favorite asset pair to trade. I've actually been very much enjoying Dogecoin, which is my second long that I'm in right now. But in the Nexus yesterday on live stream on Sunday morning, we talked about, actually it was exactly when this happened. We were on stream exactly like during this 11 a.m. And I longed it. Right? And right now, and I told everybody in the Nexus that I longed it. And this was my exact position. So that was my exact stop loss, and I'm up 8.43%. I have since then added to the position, but they knew that yesterday. That's the situation on Ethereum. Now we might have, like I said, Bitcoin is in a short zone right now, so we might be able to get a short here. There's nothing for me right now to short at the time of me being live right now. But I want to bring up one thing before we dive into like the actual trading, and it's the idea that USDT dominance has a potential bearish PO3, which is actually very bullish for the market. What is a PO3? It is essentially a manipulative move. It's like an extended SFP, if you would. And the way that you know whether or not you want to look for these PO3s are whether or not your previous range has left liquidity or not. That's always going to be my primary factor when I'm considering PO3s. So as you can see, as I have labeled out here, in this range, you can see all of this liquidity that was left behind. So in the event that USDT dominance continues to drop here, and we're coming in pretty hot, this, in my opinion, confirms the PO3, and the overall end target for this PO3 would be that low again, which means obviously the market would be pumping, which is why we are long. Also something that we talked about yesterday's stream. Now, in my opinion, if this is not going to actually succeed as a PO3, in my opinion, this is going to be the zone to watch. 4.31% and 4.27%. This little zone here, in my opinion, if this is going to fail, it's going to do this. Okay, so this is the most important level right now in all of crypto, in my opinion. How many times can I say in my opinion? This is definitely the most important thing. And what I would say is that if USDT does make it down here, I would suspect that Bitcoin, in contrast, would probably be up towards these zones up here, right? So 118. So that's what I'm saying. If this zone fails, there's nothing but inefficiency all here. I think that it's just going to shoot up and go straight to like 118-ish. Maybe 117, maybe like in this general zone. And then we'll see, right? Then we'll see. It'll probably maybe get like a little bit of a pullback, reaccumulate, and then up. Or like this, reaccumulate here and then up. But I do want to see these highs go. Okay, I do want to see these highs go. And just for the cherry on top, before we can actually really dive into the small time frame stuff and hopefully find a couple trades here on stream. This PO3, remember this picture, okay? This is bearish on USDT dominance, potentially. And if you were to go and apply that same PO3 on Bitcoin and really the rest of the market, it would look something very similar, just in the opposite direction. So this is your range, right? That would be your range. That would be your manipulation range. And this would be your expansion to the upside, right? So it's the same thing. It's just inverse. Remember, USDT dominance is an inverse correlation to the rest of the market. And once again, how do we know when we're looking for PO3s, how we're looking for PO3s, especially if you start getting acceptance back within the previous range? You know when you have nice liquidity to come for. And that is nothing but liquidity on Bitcoin. Absolutely 100%. So that's basically the situation right now. Again, we are in a short zone. So if it's going to fail, it could fail from here. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. But yeah, that's what's up with me. What's up with you guys? How y'all been? Shouts out to Raven. Nexus wins. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. FOMO Sapien, what's popping? If BTC keeps going, doesn't that mean... Wait, doesn't that mean the massive alt gains won't come for a while? You mean... Oh, if it keeps... You mean if it keeps going down? Is that what you mean? If BTC keeps going down, doesn't that mean that that Bitcoin, or doesn't that mean that the alt, is that what you meant? If Bitcoin keeps going, if Bitcoin keeps going up, doesn't that mean that massive alt gains won't come for a while? No, not necessarily. If Bitcoin, okay, so Bitcoin dominance is relatively high, right? Relatively, like 61% is not something to not, like, you know, it's relatively high. Okay, I do think that Bitcoin dominance has the potential to like fall off a cliff here, which is good for the alts. But if Bitcoin dumps, then I would say that alts are probably not going to get, as you say, massive gains for a while, right? Because when dominance is up like this and Bitcoin dumps, then the alts are going to bleed heavily against them or against Bitcoin. And then, like, you know, you got to ask yourself at some point what actually makes sense here, right? Because the altcoins have taken already a battering like this past year or whatever. And, you know, like it's done what it's needed to do at the lows, right? It's accumulated already. It's already, you know, broken structure multiple times, whatever. So yeah, I would say that if Bitcoin were to keep going, like, Bitcoin needs to either go sideways or go up. It can't go down. And I'll tell you the biggest problem with Bitcoin going down, okay? The biggest problem is that this move to the upside was actually a very healthy move, okay? I don't mean how we got here, Okay, in my opinion, ever since 75K, all of this has been shit. All that is dog shit. Minus this. This was good. But all this was absolute horse shit, in my opinion. This was the only thing in the last 3 months, in my opinion, that was good on Bitcoin, okay? So that said, because we left all this behind, if, I'm not saying it will, but if Bitcoin does start to come for them, then like basically when it rains, it pours heavy on Bitcoin, right? It's had such a shit move to the upside in general, this whole market, that if it decides to run for it, like it could give it all back as fast as it gave it, right? And in that case, I would say, yeah, like the bull market is probably over, because you're already, you know, if history is going to repeat, right? If history is going to repeat in terms of the timing of the bull market, then there's arguably what, like 6 to 8 months left at best. So how much can really happen in that 6 to 8 months if Bitcoin is going to roll over? I'm not saying it is, but if it does that, like the odds that it does that and then it is enough and then recovers and then the alts go up and then it, like all within the next 5 to 6, you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make sense. So, you know, for alts, Bitcoin needs to go sideways or up. Sideways or up. Sideways or up. And it needs to like hold and be good. It needs to not basically do this shit. It needs to not do that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We shall see. Anyways, that's high time frame macro shit. Me personally, I don't care. I don't care about all the macro shit. Honestly, I really don't. I really don't. Bull market, bear market, I do not care. Bull market, bear market, I do not care market. That's kind of my position on things. I really don't care. I really don't care. So, you know. Anyway, we are in a short zone though, so where did my thing go? Right there. All right, looks like we're getting a little dumpy right now. You're in 5x long Trump on and Doge. You keep DCing into the positions. I'm long on Doggy Coin also. Why all that before is shit, but this SIP is good. So all the price action before was garbage because no liquidity was engineered on the way up. So it was such a shit move, you know. Even like ever since 74K, you know, like these are ugly ass lows. These are ugly ass lows. These were ugly ass lows. Now this is good because it swept out some liquidity, right? But like this is like very easy to come back to, you know, if and when Bitcoin does come down. I'm not saying it will. Again, please don't interpret this as I'm saying it. If and when Bitcoin does come down like that, then all these lows are gonna go, right? Like it's easy liquidity to take, and it's just been such a shit move up. But then because of this is good. So again, we'll see. We'll see how it goes here on Bitcoin. We shall see. Hell yeah, we don't care. Trade long or short period. Yeah, man, I literally don't care. Bull market, bear market, don't care. Don't care. Used to care. Used to try to predict things. You know, used to say, oh, it needs to do this. No, it doesn't need to do any of that. Doesn't need to do any of it. Bull market, bear market, flamingo market, I don't care. I'll trade it all. I have no problem shorting against the herd. I have no problem longing against the herd. All right, what's up, Anthony? How are you, brother? Bro, I went to Veld yesterday and I fucking didn't get in. I bought a fake wristband. So stupid. If it drops below 98 to 91, bull market is over. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with that because again, it's more of like, well, how much time would there even be to recover, right? So yeah, I don't disagree. I definitely don't disagree with that. Definitely don't disagree. Oh man, I miss you, Geo. Love your lives and the way I trade. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I miss you guys too, man. I miss the public YouTube. Listen, we got 82 people in here, only 26 likes. Do me a solid, please. Only if I provide you value, but hit the like button for me. It really helps the algorithm. We're back on lives. We're back making videos. And yeah, you know. We're back, baby. So let's get the algos going, please and thank you. In the meantime, let's see if we can hit a Bitcoin position, but there's nothing to do right now. There's nothing to do right now for me. Anyways, wow, who sold me the wristband, bro? I just went to the festival. Like someone on the whenever there's a concert or a festival or whatever, there's always just scalpers, like just selling tickets and whatever. And I usually have no problem with it. Like I have no problem with it ever. I do it all the time. But this guy he ended up getting me. Like it ended up just being a fake wristband. I went back after to see if like I could find him, and I couldn't find him. But at the end of the day, man, like this is the way I think about it. Like clearly he needed the money more than I did. It was $300. Clearly he needed the money more than me. So, you know, God bless him and his family. Hopefully, you know, he just makes good with the money. That's it. At the end of the day, like, I'm not upset at it. I'm not mad at it. It's annoying. I'm mad that I missed Veld. I'm not mad that I got scammed. But anyways, it is what it is. That's just how the way the world works. Some people are shitty, but also some people are in less fortunate situations than me. So I can't even complain. You know, I can't even complain. Like, it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Hopefully he does well with it. And it's not that much money, but you know, is what it is. Okay. Is Nexus all market structure? Nah, bro. Nexus is not just market structure. I basically run you through like everything I know, you know, everything that I know. It's not just market structure. It's liquidity. It's order blocks. It's order flow objective. We got a lot going on right now. We got a new strategy. Shouts out to Corey. We have a new strategy in the Nexus that is like an 80 or 85% win rate, which I will bring to your guys' attention as soon as I learn it properly. But yeah, it's a huge win rate. And I promise you, it's nothing you've ever seen before. So shouts out to Corey for that. Yeah, you know, exciting things. But no, it's not just market structure. If it was just market structure, trading would be very easy, but it is not very easy at all. All right, we got to potentially entertain a short position here, but it's not. I don't have any entry triggers at the moment. I definitely wouldn't want this low to go. If this low goes, then you're gonna give all that back. That's all gonna come back, in my opinion. I think that if this low goes again, all this we're gonna come back for. So we don't really want to see that if we're bullish. But like I said, this is a short zone. So if you are long, you know, consider de-risking. That doesn't mean take profit, but it just means consider de-risking. Like put the stops to break even type thing, you know? Yeah. How have you guys been? How's your trading been? How has your trading been? I think this zone, I would consider longing in here. I would long in here. I would do this. If it gives me nice structure and we come down slowly, I would take this position. I would do that. Little 5 risk to reward scalp long. I would take that, but it has to hit this block. Has to hit it. Even preferably if it wicks it. So it would have to look like this. Wick it and then do that. And I would long it like this. I'd put my stop loss there and I would target that high. And then whatever else happens, happens. But aside from that, I don't have any shorts until hopefully we take the high out again. Hopefully we do this. This is my favorite scenario. My favorite scenario is you come down, you hit this, we long it up to here. We hit that, we short it down to like 113 again, and then we long that, and then it goes up. That's my favorite. That's my preferred scenario. That is definitely my preferred scenario. Yeah, definitely my preferred scenario, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, yeah, like what's up with y'all, man? How's trading been? Have you guys been doing well? For sure, that's a positive way to look at it. Hopefully, at least he does well with it. Yeah, man. Like I said, it's not a lot of money, but yeah. How about doggy short? I don't have anything here for doggy shorts. Do I have anything here? Oh, I might have something here. I think the market's in a very interesting place right now, to be honest with you. Because we hit very high time frame zone, not very high, but we hit high time frame, mid time frame zones, like very important zones we hit. And then over the weekend, like we got our confirmations, and then over the weekend we just did like butt fuck nothing all weekend. And then we left like really ugly price action, really ugly lows, and that's across the board. And we haven't broken out yet. Like we're in a very interesting place, I think, in the market right now. You know? Yeah. So I mean, I think the entire market, so Bitcoin's in a short zone. If it rolls over, then the entire market's going to roll over. The question is, how low do we go? Like, really, how low do we go? And I don't know the answer to that. So I don't have a short here. There's a potential short here, but I don't think I will take it. If it takes the high out again, and then it does this, and then it does this, I would short that. But that's the only thing I would short. If it does exactly this on Bitcoin or on Dogecoin, I would short that. And I would short it as hedge against my long. I'm not closing my long. Am I not using Market Cipher anymore? Bro, I haven't had Market Cipher on my chart for a while. And it's not that I don't use it. I just don't use it the way that I used to use it, right? So if I pull up Market Cipher, if I pull up MC Bizzle, okay, whoops, not SR. Fuck SR, that shit sucks. So if I pull up Market Cipher, right, then, like, okay, before, I used to try to use Market Cipher and say, oh, look, green dot, thick white money flow. I think we're going higher. But now I can't trust that. Like, I just can't trust it. So what I do now is I do my analysis. I find my zones. I know what I'm looking for when I get into my zones, and I know where my targets are based on my zones. And then from time to time, I utilize Market Cipher when I don't have structure to work with, right? So like right now, if I don't have structure, which I kind of don't on Bitcoin, there's no structure. This is where I might say, okay, I'm going to start, like, you know, using Market Cipher for entries here because I can't use structure because we need to take the high out again, right? If we don't take out the high again, then I can't use structure. But then I would, you know, that's when I would like take a look at Market Cipher and say whatever. But I don't use Market Cipher to say, oh yeah, you know, the daily is bullish, the 12 hours this, the this is that. Like, that's irrelevant to me, right? That is absolutely irrelevant. If you were to like have been on the 12 hour, for example, on Market Cipher on Bitcoin, like look how money flow is increasing. Like, just look at this. Money flow is increasing. Okay, money flow is increasing right now, getting higher. However, prices done nothing but decrease. So why is that happening? I can't trust it. And that's exactly why I don't do it like that anymore. I don't. I use it for entries and that's it. Because if it doesn't happen right now, then I can't trust it. And when you're entering, that's obviously right now type shit. So yeah, do I not use it? I still do, but I don't use it the way that I used to. And I use it for entries, and I definitely don't use it for directional bias because of what I just showed you. And that's no different than Bitcoin on the daily in this range, right? Everybody was calling back at 74K back in, you know, a year ago, year and a half ago. Everybody was saying higher, higher, higher. Geo was not saying higher, higher, higher. I had no problem shorting this, right? So yeah. Nowadays, it's very hard to open up about your honest opinion on something. They will hate you no matter what. 100%, bro. 100%. 100%, man. I've learned, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, and also, you could be right, you know, 9 times in a row, and then all they're going to remember is the 10th, on the 10th one that you were wrong. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't let shit affect me anymore. I don't really care. Yo, what's up, Ox the Doc? How you doing, man? It's been a long time. You haven't been active. I haven't been active either, bro. So we've both been inactive. Yeah, you haven't missed it, but we're back, man. We're back. We're going to start streaming more frequently and shit. That's a cheat sheet entry, no? Where on Bitcoin? Like on the long? Like which one are you looking at? Clay the Great. What's up, Oval as well? Bro, I'm good, man. How are you? How are you? Guys, do me a solid. We got 96 people in here. We used to live stream every single day. I don't know if we're still going to live stream. I don't know if we're going to live stream every day. But let's see if we can get those algos rocking. So if I provide you value, please do me a solid and hit the like button for me. Let's see if we can get into some trades here. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we can. We'll see. I will entertain along here. If I see what I want to see. If not, then I'm gonna probably close my long and probably take some profit out on my long. Okay. Yeah, on BTC. Which time frame were you referring to? Which one are you referring to, brother? Which one are you referring to? What time frame? Was it the daily? Is this a cheat sheet entry? Is that your question? Because if your question is this a cheat sheet entry? My answer is no. It's not a cheat sheet entry. Can't hit the like button more than once. Well, I appreciate you for the one time that you hit it, brother. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Hi Geo, just came in. Can I show my zone? Yeah, like we'll talk about. So this is just scalp stuff, guys. Okay, scalp stuff. Don't marry it, you know, whatever. But basically, if we come down a little bit more, I'll look for longs if I see a nice structure flip, exactly what I'm showing you right now. And if we come up and we take that high again, I will be looking for shorts. My favorite scenario is what's on the screen right now. So we come down to like 114.4-ish, 114.5, give or take. Then come up, take out that high again. Then we short it down to 113-ish and then up from there. That's my favorite play. That may change. Okay. I'm not saying it's going to happen. That's my favorite play. What's the name of the song? Here, I'll post the link. There you go. That's it, bruh. USDT bounces from 4.42. Let's take a look at USDT dominance, to be honest. Where did we bounce from? Let's see what we bounced from. We're at a very pivotal moment right now in the market. Like, this is very important. What's happening right now is very, very important. I don't know that that's the low yet on USDT dominance, though. I can't say that that's the low. I really can't say that that's the low. I'm not convinced. Could it be? Yes. Is it? I don't know. I don't really like it. Yeah, 45-minute order block. I just saw it too. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We also have this that we got to know about. Right? That's liquidity. So we'll see, guys. We'll react to whatever they give us, you know? We will react. If you lose this box, I'm closing my longs. Let's check open interest. Maybe OI can help us out here. No, not really helpful. Let's check ETH. ETH is doing okay. ETH is doing not bad. ETH has a little bit of bearish open interest here. Kind of. Kind of. Not really. Not really. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Waiting for BTC. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. ETH is over 200 MA on the 2 hour. Let's see what happens. Now here you go again. You say you won't be leaving. $15 minutes on Biddy. On Biddy TCZ. All right, well, it hit the long. So I'll tell you this. If we lose this low now. So basically, okay, here's where I'm at. Okay. Oh man. Let's see where we're at, okay? So there's a potential long here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the VWAP was also here. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So VWAP's here. My favorite scenario right now is to get 1 to 2 minute market structure flips. So I don't want to come down right now. I want to hang around here. Okay, hang around the VWAP. Hang around here. Get some more structure forming. Then lose the VWAP. I actually want to lose that low. Maybe hit this. Maybe we hit that. And then we get this. If we do that, I will long. If we do not do that, then if you lose this low, we start closing below it, then I'll look for a back test short. I might not get it, but if that happens, then I'll short that. So which one's going to happen? I have absolutely no idea. I can't tell you that. Don't know. But when one of them happens, yeah, I'm going to take that trade. So we'll see. Right now there's nothing to do. I prefer we take these highs out again. So I prefer this. Like we come up here and then maybe we get that and then we get that. Oh, I'm shorting that all day. I'm shorting that all day long. But it depends how we get there. Hopefully we do this. And then we can long that. Just like that and then up. Get a quick 7 risk to reward trade. I like that. That's a good plan. Like that. And then we short that. There we go. Make a new Monday high. Come down. Hit this. Take out these ugly ass weekend lows. Down to 113. That's my favorite scenario. Just like that. That's my favorite scenario. We'll see. Actually, let's put an alert there. Let's put an alert here too. Cool. And then now we wait. Now we wait. What's up, bro? Flex, dude. How are you, man? How goes it, broski? How do I calculate my position size? So basically you okay, so like I risk 1% per trade, right? So let's just say my account's like, I don't know, 15K. Okay, then I'm risking 1%, which is $150. Is that right? Yeah, $150, right? So if I know that I'm risking $150 on my trade, when I'm going to actually put it in the exchange, I will, like, I can see wherever my stop loss is, it'll tell me how much I lose when that stop loss gets hit. So if I'm losing $150, then I'll put it so that it says like 140 or something, like 142 or something, and I'll just like risk that much. But that's how I do it. Or what you can do is like you can do this as well. This is the second way I do. Okay, so you have your position tool. A lot of people don't know this, by the way. You have your position tool, okay? If you double click on that and you go to inputs, it'll tell you what's your account size, how much are you risking, whatever, okay? You can change it to 1% or you can change it to USD. However you want to do it is up to you. Change your account size, change how much you're risking, whatever. I already know what 1% of my account is just by using the calculator. So let's just say it's like 547 is how much I'm supposed to be risking on this trade. If you do that and you press OK, it'll actually tell you, like right here. See, it says quantity 3.58. That's how much in Bitcoin that I need to open, assuming that my stop loss gets hit. That's how much I would lose, the 547. So you could do it that way as well. That was probably easier and it's probably more consistent. And you can apply that anywhere, right? So if I come to Doge, for example, and I, you know, whatever, I just have a short position or a long position, same thing, right? And it doesn't matter the account size, but if I know that I'm risking like, I don't know, 712 on it, right? Now, as soon as I press OK, you can see that that will tell me the amount in Dogecoin that I need to open. So I would need to open 879,012 to lose 712 if this gets hit. And then if you change this, like, look at how if you change this, that number changes. So that's how you would do it, right? That's probably the better way to do it. That's the way that I like to do it. I get lazy sometimes. Is what it is, you know. Hi Joe, thanks for the live. It's always great. You should do more. May I ask how I use open interest? Yeah, so go to if you go to the open interest indicator, okay, oh, by the way, when am I going on vacation? I have no idea. Probably September. Okay. Open interest, okay? Go here. Open interest suite aggregated, and you're basically looking for hidden bullish divergences, okay? Or bearish divergences. Hidden divergences, or what would be considered that, because that's what absorption is. So let me show you how I use it, okay? Show you how I use it. I'm a structured trader, okay? So when I want to enter long, I need to see this in order for me to long. But sometimes we don't get that, right? Sometimes we just don't get that. We don't have the luxury of doing that, which is unfortunate. So sometimes we get this, where you get this, and then you get this. Now there are other ways to enter this. I'm not going to go into it because it's way advanced. Okay. But sometimes we don't always have this luxury. Sometimes we have this. However, if your open interest is doing this, right? If your OI is doing this, then you have absorption, because what this lower low is on open interest is basically showing you positions that are getting absorbed. So while these positions, it's kind of like OI and CVD mixed into one, almost. Like, that's kind of the way that I use it. So when I see this, I know that there are positions being absorbed here. And if that is the case, then I'm okay to put my stop loss there, and I'm okay to utilize my upward structure instead of looking at it like that, like where this is low, high, and then down. So that's the way that I use it. I will enter a trade like that. And I actually did enter a trade like that on the weekend, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't really trade too much the last few days. I haven't really been around, but I will tell you, I think it was, where was my ETH long? My original ETH long was here. Did we have bullish open interest here? I don't remember. No, we didn't, because we had structure to work with. I saw it somewhere. I entered a position recently because of it. But let me give you another example of what's happening right now. So I'll give you a practical example, okay? So right now, obviously Ethereum has, you know, not really great structure to utilize at the moment. You have low, you have low, you have high, you have higher low, and you have higher high. So I have no structure to work with right now. There's no way for me to get into a trade unless we take out that high again, either formulate structure up here like that, then I can short that, or we get open interest on our side. So let's see how it would look on the inverse, okay? Because I don't have structure to work with, I can't really interpret my structure like this. I can't really do that just yet. I need to see evidence that this is going to be acceptable, basically, right? So what I'm looking for now is basically what's happening. So right now, Ethereum, let's assume I had a short position here and I was ready and I was looking for positions. If Ethereum right now is going to be a short, you can see that as your open interest is increasing, price is making a lower high, right? The way that I can, like, you have to be careful when you do this. The reason you wait for the structure flip is because it confirms it. Like, it puts the odds way more in your favor for it to work, right? Because what could happen is it could just do this, and then this does this, and then it's not a divergence anymore. It becomes invalidated. So let me see if I can find an example of one that happened, even if I didn't trade it. Actually, there was one on Ethereum this morning as well. But anyways, let me see if I can find like a, I'm gonna go on the 5, see if I can find one that's like easy, clear as day, and then hopefully you'll get the idea. See if we can get one. The problem is that this indicator takes so long. Okay, right here was one. Takes so long to load. Okay, right here was one. It's not the best example, but you'll get the idea. Okay, so this low was not taken, right? That low is not taken. However, you can see that your open interest from those 2 points from here to here made a lower low, while your low or your thing made a higher low. Okay, so that right there is a divergence. If you were waiting for a structure flip, you wouldn't have been able to get in because there was no structure flip. What's your structure? You have low, you have high, you have higher low, higher high, and then just higher low, higher high. You didn't have any internal flip. Excuse me, sorry. There was no way for me to enter that unless I was looking at open interest. Because now what happens is, because we have this break right here, right? Now what I can do, and I know that there's absorption there, and you can even see it in the candles. I know that there's no reason for them to come back for that low. If they do come back for that low, then the idea is cooked anyway, right? Then you take the loss, you move on to the next, no problem. But as soon as that happened, you could have went in on the close of a break, longed it, and then right now you would be up, 6 risk to reward, 5 risk to reward. So it's pretty powerful, and that's the way that I use it, basically. That's the way that I use it. What do I think about US Brinks? I think that US Brinks is very much so a thing. And I think that, the Brinks box is one of the first things that I talked about on my channel. It's like one of the first things that I taught you guys. And yes, I absolutely believe it. They do a fake out play and then they, run it the other way. 100%. Mad love and respect. When coming to Medellin, bro, 100%, man. I'll be there soon, hopefully within the next year. But yeah, I would love to. I also want to start traveling more. Like I want to start vlogging, not vlogging, but making this channel kind of like day in the life and like what you can accomplish. Like kind of like a trade vlog almost. Like the morning we do this, we find our trade and then we go, you know what I mean? Like I want to start doing that. I think it'd be cool to do that. Kind of like switch it up a little bit, How am I finding my POI on which time frame? 1 minute, 5 minute messes you up. The best way that I can explain this, bro, I'm gonna try to explain it, and I don't mean this in a rude way, but I don't expect you to understand it because nobody ever understands it at all. I don't man, time frames are not a thing for me. Like I talk about this all the time and people don't really understand. And I get that people wouldn't understand. By the way, we're bouncing off of my level. I get that people don't understand. I just I don't see time frame. Like people are so caught up like, oh, what's your favorite time frame? What's this? What's that? But price is price. Like time frame doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what time frame you're on right now. The price is 114913, right? Like time is time. It's 11 a.m. right now, 11 a.m. in EST. So what's my favorite time frame or how do I find my oh dude, huge shout out to WP, by the way. Huge shout out to him. Absolutely. That's all WP. I didn't come up with that open interest that open interest stuff. That was not me. That was all him. But it works great, to be honest with you. I also pair it with like Market Cipher and stuff. Sometimes like I said, I use Market Cipher for entries only for entries. I don't use it for directional buys at all. Anyway, yeah, so I don't think of time frames the way that most people do. Like, oh, which time frame should you get your levels on? Your levels are your levels. It doesn't matter what time frame you're on. The zone is the zone. So it's not really the best answer and probably not the best answer that you were looking for, but that's the true answer. Unfortunately, there's no better way for me to explain it than that. So this, yeah, so this ended up holding. This zone ended up holding. There's no long there, right? I don't have, if it doesn't give me exactly what I want to see, then there's no position, Just because you have the zone, if you don't get confirmation, that doesn't mean pull the trigger. Like there was no confirmation. What if it just did this? What if it just did this and then now you just got destroyed, right? So, lifestyle channel, exactly, yeah. Come to Peru. You can host me. I'm down, bro. I'm super down. Yeah, I want to start traveling though, and like making a lifestyle channel, and like, you know, I could do morning recap videos, like videos on the channel, not just live streams from like a villa somewhere. Kind of similar to like Tori Trades, you know. I don't know personally her, like I've never spoken to her. I think she's an amazing content creator. I don't know how she is as a trader, like she trades trend lines and shit. I don't necessarily believe in that, but I think she's a wicked content creator. And I definitely want to take inspiration from her channel in terms of the content creation side, the creative element of it. It's not easy what we do, guys. It's not easy what we do. Not easy what we do. Hey, Gio, gotta go. Thanks for the live. Try to be here more. I appreciate you, brother. You're probably gone already, but have an amazing day, man. Have a good one, bro. Have a good one. All right. Yo, sick background. Gotta put the Nexus logo. Bro, I actually ordered one. I ordered a neon sign. And it like, I don't know. I ordered it off of Amazon. And then it said canceled. Like I got a refund for it, but then it says it's on its way. So I really don't know. What's going on with that. Let's check on that. Yeah, but anyways, I agree. I definitely need a Nexus logo there. Yeah, like it says shipped and that it'll arrive in the next day. Ooh, I have a tracking number. Let's try that. Let's go. Let's see. Wait, what? Not CME. Yeah, I don't know. I need to like see if that's coming or not because I really don't know. But I do want to get it. I got myself a free sign. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's coming. I'll pay for it. I don't mind, but I don't know if it's coming. So I guess I'll find out in the next couple days. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you. You have a marketing team, can record content all day. Dude, that's like what I need, man. I need someone to do all that shit for me. I'm good at creating. I hate editing. I hate it. She's pretty cool. You've been following her on IG. Nice. You missed the start. Are we bullish for the rest of the day? I don't know. Rest of the day, I don't know. We're gonna find out relatively soon, though. I think. What do I think Bitcoin will go to next? 108 or 120? I thought, here's what I'll tell you, okay? First of all, let me hit you with a disclaimer again. Once again, everybody, all content presented is a complete joke and should not be taken seriously. Joe's an incompetent 502 3/4 wannabe singing, non-financial advisor. Crypto scam making money online is possible. Global warming is real and there at this flat. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. What's up, Dom? How are you, bro? We're cowish. Yes, exactly. So here's what I'll tell you, bro. Here's what I'll tell you, okay? Here's what I'll tell you. Last week's price action, as Trade Visuals just said, was horrible. Horrible. 2 weeks ago, okay? 2 weeks ago. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second. All right. Here's what I'll say. So 2 weeks ago was my best trading week ever. Okay? Ever. Last week was fucking horrible. And to answer your question, do I think 108 or 120 first? I don't know. But what I will tell you is that I thought last week we were going to come up and hit 121. I thought we were going to come and take out all these highs and we were going to come here. That's what I thought. Now, that didn't happen. But last week's price action was horrid. Like, this is abysmal. Yeah, so which one gets hit first? I really don't know. I think this is a very, very important zone right now. We're in a very pivotal moment because this zone ultimately grants you acceptance back within this range. So I do think it's important right now. I want to go ahead and say, I think, like, if you put a gun to my head, I think that we go for 121 before we go to 108. And I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Don't long now. Put the stop loss below the low. Like, don't do that. Just because I said that. I'm wrong all the time. And I have no shame in it. But that's not how I trade, right? How I trade is I find my level. Okay, I find my level. And then I know my confirmations. And then I take the trade. And then I take my profits. And then I know where, like, look at where this is targeting to. This is targeting to here. But this is targeting down to here. So how is that possible? Both can't be true. Well, that's because I don't know. When I get confirmation, I'll take the trade. And then we'll see how it goes. You know? Working through your problems. That's it, brother. One day at a time. That's all you could do. One day at a time. So let's see what happens here. All right, we do have a range here now. Small time frame range. I will look to long here. I would long that. But I need to see structure or else I'm not going in. You'd love to see a day in the life. My life's not that interesting, bro. At least not yet. I get up, I stream right away, first thing in the morning for the Nexus. We make our levels. I try to take one trade a day if I see one. I don't force it. I don't need any trades. You know, the way that I trade, to be honest, 1 to 2 trades a week is good enough. Like, if I can make 5K a week, that's good. You know, it takes one trade to do that. So, you know, in that regard, like, I'm not FOMOing or whatever, but I sit down in the morning, I chill with the Nexus, I do my analysis. After that, I eat, I go to the gym, and then I work on, like, you know, the business side of things, and that's it. I don't really do much. But in the summer, like the last 4 days, if you guys knew what I've been doing in the last 4 days, oh my goodness. It's been very busy. Yeah, so we're in short zones. We have no confirmations. That's a break. It'll ultimately come down to USDT dominance. It all comes down to here. It's all down to here. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Haji, I'm not sure it's the right platform to ask. What are my Nexus trade confirmations? Basically, this is what a Nexus trade is, okay? It's just basically like reconfirmations. It depends on the scenario. It depends on what's happening. Depends on where the liquidity lies. Depends on what's happening. But in general, this is what your this is what a Nexus trade is. You have your like let's say you're looking along, right? So you get your breaking structure like that. Okay, let's just say you're targeting this. when you get this on a, let's just say you have this order block, let's say it's the only one, and then you get a lower time frame flip like that, that's a Nexus trade. So that's basically a reconfirmation. You'd like that, probably go stop below the order block. Depends on what's going on around you. And then you would target that next yellow high. So this would be your TP1, that would be your TP2. Right? And this could be, for example, a higher time frame high. That could be your high or low, and then it's like that. So red is your high time frame, yellow's your mid time frame, and then blue's your low time frame. It's where you can enter a low time frame trade, targeting, you know, your high time. Like this is like a Nexus swing trade, targeting your swing high, right? Just based on the way structure flows. It's basically what that is. Doge. I like Doge. What about it? What about it? What do I do if it goes through or it doesn't tap you in? Well, you're waiting for confirmations, right? So just because there's a, like right here, for example. So right here, look, I have a zone here and I have a zone here, right? It reacted off of both of my zones, right? But it doesn't matter that it hit the level. If I don't have confirmation, I can't take the trade. I can't take it. How do I get in? Because what if it exactly did what you just said? What if it just blows right through it? And that happens, right? Just because I have a square there doesn't mean that it's gonna hold. Same with here. Doesn't, like, what if it just does this? So even though it bounced off of here, am I like, okay, I'm gonna long right now and put my stop loss there? No, that makes no sense. How could I do that if I didn't get the confirmations that I needed to see there? And I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions. People in crypto are so strange. They always like feel like they need to be in a trade and they just like rush into things and whatever. People, when you're trading ES and NQ, they're not like that. Like, they're real traders over there, futures traders. This is not like that. So, you know, just because it hit the zone, I don't have confirmation. I'm not taking the trade. I don't care if this takes me to 10 million. Oh, I should have done this. No, you shouldn't have done this. Not every winner is a good trade, and not every loser is a bad trade. If this works out, great, but in the long run, it's not going to do you good. At least that's my approach to things, you know? So, yeah. If it does go through or doesn't tap or whatever, then it's not part of the plan. And I don't trade. If it doesn't do exactly what I want it to do, I don't trade it. You know? It has to do exactly... Like, do you see me jumping into any positions right now? Do you see me looking for green dots and red dots and money flow and whatever? Man, there's nothing for me to do right now at all. I don't care that it bounced off of this. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. So hitting it is one part, but then it needs to do what you want to do, what you want it to do. And it didn't do that. So I'm not longing it, or I'm not shorting it either. Cause look, did I short that? No. Did it hit my block? Yes, it did. Could this go to zero and this is the top of the bull run forever? Technically, yeah, that's possible, but I'm not shorting that. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. That's it. Didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I'm not taking it. I bet I could read it somewhere, but isn't USDT difficult to determine because of many new coins entering the market daily? To be honest, bro, that's a good question. And to be honest, I don't know. I just use it and it works for me. So all the like little like nuances behind USDT dominance, right? Some people are like, oh, use USDT plus USDC, whatever. And then I never changed because I never needed to. Right? Like I never needed to. It works for me. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a good question though, but I don't know how it's impacted or not. You know, I really don't know. I really don't know. What confirmations do I want to see to long Doge right now? Well, I'll tell you this. I am already long on Doge. But there is no long here. There's no long here. So the only way that I would long Doge, if it's like you're putting a gun to my head, like, oh, I need to long Doge, there's only two ways that I can long it right now. Number one is it comes down, it sweeps out that low again, and it does like something like that with structure. That I would long. Okay, while in this zone or in this zone, I'm okay with either or. Preferably, we don't come to the lower one though. Like if you want to long it, this one is way better to hold. So that's a way that I would long it. Alternatively, the only other way that I could even long Dogecoin right now is if we break that high, if to break it, like get above this guy, get above here, break that, and then here I would long it there. And I don't care that it's higher than we're at right now. You know, I don't care. That I would long. But I wouldn't long anything right now. No way. No shot. No shot. No way. Yeah, maybe we do something like this. We go bam, stop out all those people, hit this guy right here, and then pop up. That I would long. But it needs to break this high. It needs to break this order block. It needs to break that order block. All right. Can I briefly summarize my trading system? Yeah, man. So I find my point of interest here. I'll give you the whole thing in like 2 sentences. Basically, this is what I do. I find my POIs. Okay. I find my POIs. So I'm looking for shorts there. I'm looking for longs here. Okay. Then I'm looking for confirmation. Depending on how we get into that zone, will determine what confirmation I need to see. Are we coming in very hot like this into the zone? I'm probably not going to long that. Are we coming in nicely like this? Okay, I'm looking for longs. Do we have nice liquidity that we can come for? I'm looking for longs, right? Once you get your confirmation, to me, that is telling me that the order block is going to hold, not the low, okay? And then I'm trading this range because ultimately this is a lower time frame range, and I'm trading that range. I look for my structure confirmations. I look for backtests. I look for reconfirmations. I look for accumulations. I look for distributions. I look for smart money involvement, and I'm following the smart money path. That's basically the entire thing in like, you know, one paragraph. It's basically all it is. When I see the confirmation, I take the trade like a robot, and I don't care about what any indicator is telling me. So if all the indicators are saying we're going lower, well, I'll tell you what, most of the time, the best long is when all the indicators look like shit. Because everybody looks at indicators and everybody loses. So that's basically my system. When I see confirmation, I take the trade, emotionless. If I win, okay, who cares? On to the next one. If I lose, okay, who cares? On to the next one. Doesn't matter. The result doesn't matter, right? Once I press the button, it's out of my hands. And I make peace with that. And it has to do exactly what I want it to do, or else I don't take the trade. Simple. But yeah, that's basically the system. Hi, Joe, do I enter on the break or do I wait for a retest? It depends, man. It depends. If there's a lot of liquidity, if we hit a nice zone, did we come into it fast? Do we have bullish open interest or bearish open interest? Like, there's a lot that goes into it. Sometimes I scale in. I think that's another thing too. A lot of people just go all in. Like all in on their whole position. I don't do that. Like sometimes I scale in. There's nothing wrong with scaling in. You know, scale in and scale out. You don't need to go right away. Like you don't need to rock right off the jump, you know. It's okay to stick your toe in the water before you dive in. Man, I want to start trading futures, but you feel so connected to Bitcoin, you hate crypto. Yeah, I want to start trading futures too. Dak in the Next has been doing futures and he's been killing it. He got funded in like 2 weeks. Dak is doing amazing in futures. Jet is onto futures now as well. I haven't moved yet. I'm not moving, but I haven't like been trading futures. I've been talking about it for, it must have been over a year now. I've been talking about wanting to trade ES and NQ. I'll get there, man. I'll get there, but I want to start doing it also. 100%. I want to start doing it also. ES and NQ. This was an easy trade down here. Yeah. Yep. I do want to try it. Do we go now for the 120K liquidity? I don't know, bro. I don't know. We very well could. I thought we were going to go for it last week, so... What counts as confirmation? Usually market structure flips. By the way, I'm not trying to upsell, but just because you're asking, obviously it serves me better for you to join. But I just want to show you. Everything that I'm talking about right now, I do have in the course. Okay, like this is all things that you learn. You'll learn all of it. It's all there for you, right? So the link for this, enterthenexus.com. Link is in the description if you're interested in joining, okay? You get the course. You get access to my live streams every morning. You get access to my live updates. I tell everybody what I'm doing all the time. I told everybody I went long yesterday on Ethereum, right? This was the Ethereum long that we had yesterday morning right here. I longed that. And then I added to my long, as we were breaking this pump. We talked about it this morning. I said, if we get a market structure flip here, I'll look to short it. But if we hit this and then we do that and then we break up, I'm going to add to my long because we had bullish open interest right here. That's why I added to my long. So yeah, you get access to all that. And I structured it like this for a reason. I think respectfully, a lot of Discords don't really offer what I do. I put a lot of work into my craft, and the way that I have it set up is the way that I would have wanted to learn if I was still learning. So, again, I don't mean to toot my own horn here. I mean this with respect, but I wish I had the Nexus to learn from when I was learning. Like, I wish I did. But the idea is you learn what you need to learn. Okay. Like you learn the content, and then I don't just throw you in with the wolves. You get what you want. You get what you need to know in terms of the information. And then I post the levels, I post the setups, I post the ideas, I'm giving the updates, and it's like, okay, guys, so in the course you learned this, now we're looking for this, right? In the course, now we're looking for this. So you get to see the content that you've learned applied in real time. And I think that's the benefit of it, right? Because I'm not just like, teaching you how to throw the basketball. Like, I'm watching you throw it, and I'm like giving feedback and shit. So that's but I'm also biased, so of course I'm gonna say it's good, but I do think so. But if you're unsure, ask the others. Don't ask me. I'm biased. So watching from the Philippines. Shouts out to the Philippines. My favorite Filipino food is lumpia. True story. Do I ever use RSI or MACD? Nope. I hate RSI. Sucks. It doesn't work. Dude, just a lifetime scenario on BTC. There's 15-minute market structure with 3-minute order block, and there is a 30-second flip. I wouldn't take a 30-second flip, but let's see what you're talking about. So 15-minute structure. Okay. So we have high, we have low, we have high. That's a break. Okay. And we have a 3-minute order block, which is probably the block that I have drawn out. Yeah, I have it drawn out right there. And then you said 15-second flip. Lumpia. Would I take that trade? No, I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't take that. Could it work? Sure, but I wouldn't take it. So your minimum is 1 minute? No, not really, man. It's just like, okay, to answer this question, it's kind of like more of the same that I've been saying. I don't care about time frames, right? Like, it's not the 15-second flip bullish or the 30-second flip bullish, and that's why I take it or why I don't take it. It's structure. So it doesn't matter what time frame you're on. I can see everything at once. Like, this is just a way to interpret it, but that doesn't mean, oh, my minimum is 1 minute. If I see something on the 1 second that I like, I'll take it, you know? It depends on what's happening. Depends on many things. Depends on liquidity. What's below you? What's above you? Did we hit this zone? Did we not hit this zone? Right? I would not take that trade, but it's not like I wouldn't take it because it's the 15-second time frame. I wouldn't take it because you have a big buy to sell right here. So what are you even longing into? Right? I don't care that this did that. Like, that's irrelevant to me. This is my more important structure, I would say. So that needs to break. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a 1 minute or a 15-second or a 30-second thing. That's not why I'm not taking it. It's because, like, you're fighting structure. Like, you're not, you know what I mean? Like, this is a big buy to sell. So if we came down like this, and then you got this, especially if you got a reconfirmation, then yeah, that I would long. But that didn't happen. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's a big buy to sell right into there. So that's not worth taking for me, in my opinion anyway, because I don't care if that broke structure. This is your important level, clearly. And then at that point, if you're going to long, well, look where you are. You're right at the highs. So like what are you going to long if that happens? You can't long anything. You're going to long and you're going to take profit after $100. Like, I don't trade that way, you know? So there's nothing to do. You wait. You're welcome, bro. I'm glad you learned. Why was the move earlier so fast and strong? Why do things like that happen? Because the market needs to move, you know? It's usually to attack liquidity, right? Is it a short squeeze? I don't know. But impulses happen. Big money are accumulating or distributing, usually in those big move environments, right? So when there are big orders, so I'll tell you what happens, okay? Let's just say someone's looking along, okay? Someone's looking along, right? Okay, not someone. Big money, okay? The smart money. Market makers are looking to long. Market makers are looking along. If they're going to long, right? And they're going to long like an insane, absurd amount of money. Let's just say like, I don't know. I don't know how even accurate this is, but let's just say they want to long 100 million here. Okay? They need to induce you to shorting against them. Because in order for somebody to buy, somebody needs to sell. So they have to basically make you sell. How do they do that? They make you think that the low is in. So you put your stop loss there so that when you get hit, it's a market buy because it's a market sell. That market sell, it fills their limit long. Okay? Once there's no more market sells, the price gets pushed up. Limit orders stop the price. Okay? If this is all limit orders, this halts the price. It halts it. It halts the price. Okay? Market orders move the price. Limit orders halt the price. So if I market short right now, it will push the price down. If I market short. If I don't have 100 million shorts to match this 100 million long order, then the price can't go down anymore. Because there's all the limit longs are absorbing those market shorts, which will in turn push the price up. Because remember, market shorts push the price down. If there are no more market shorts, then the price cannot go down. Right? Then there's going to be only market longs because all the market shorts were absorbed. So the price will go up. because market longs push the price up. Market shorts push the price down. And limit orders stop the price. If nobody market ordered ever, then price would literally never move. Every single time you see price move, it's because somebody is market longing or market shorting. Whether they're opening up the positions manually or getting stopped out or getting liquidated or taking profit. Right? That's basically how it works. Hit the like for that if you didn't know that. Do I still use the 2 candle rule? Heard me say I created a new term. Yeah, man. I don't really use the 2 candle rule. I mean, I do, but again, it's like to answer Hartej's question, to like piggyback off that, you know, like, would I take a 15-second flip here? My answer was no. Looks like I like the idea to do that was right. But I created something called Swift structure. Okay. So again, it's not about the 2 candle rule for me. Like, I can see what price is doing. I don't care about the number of candles. I know whether or not I want a long or short based on the movement, right? But what I created was a new term called Swift structure, okay? I created Swift structure. Basically what Swift structure is, and like a lot of people aren't going to get this, but I'm going to try my best to explain it. Basically what Swift structure is like, it needs to be very clear, definitive points. Like, it needs to look like obvious structure, you know, clean structure. If it's not clean, then it's not Swift structure to me, and therefore I will not count it as structure. Okay? So let's look at this for an example, okay? I'm on the 1 hour right now and I'm on Bitcoin. In this case, I don't care how many 2 candles happen in here. I don't care. None of this is Swift structure to me. Like, if I was gonna say draw out the structure, what are you drawing? How are you drawing that? Right? How are you drawing that? Even here, even this is, none of this is Swift structure. Right? You could say maybe this. Right? But like, this is not Swift. There's nothing Swift about that. There's nothing Swift. Right? This, nothing Swift. So I don't care about the 2 candle rule here. It's not Swift structure. I don't care about it. I'm skipping over it anyway. You know, whereas something like this, like, let's find easy Swift structure. Like, this is Swift structure. You see this? This is Swift. Like, if you just draw it and it looks like structure, forget the 2 candle rule. Like here, am I counting this? No, I'm not counting that. This is not Swift structure to me. I'm drawing it like this. Maybe this one, sure. Right? None of this is Swift structure. I don't care about any of that. If I was going to draw my structure, I would draw it like this. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high. I'm not drawing any of this and going zigzag, zigzag. I'm not doing that. That's not Swift for me. So, I hope that helps answer the question. Like this nonsense, there's nothing Swift about. Like, how would you draw this? I'd go low, high. Like, where even is your higher low? Like here, higher low, higher high, higher low. I would just skip all of it and just do that. Like, there's nothing Swift about that. Thank you. So you focused more about the distance of the move, how much price moved, or did it stay within? Wait, hold on. Thanks. So you focus more about the distance of the move, how much price moved, or did it stay within a range? Yeah, but it's not just about that for me. It's not just about that. So, like, it doesn't need to range, for example. It doesn't need to spend time in an area for me to call that area valid. It just needs to, like, have clean, like, Swift structure. You know, like, it needs to just look clean. Like, if you just, like, zoom out, like, how would you basically, okay, if you want to know what this Swift structure is, basically just practice this, okay? Zoom out. Like, don't zoom in. Zoom out. and just draw out your structure, but like zoomed out. Like you're not counting candles or whatever. Like this is the way that I would draw the structure right now. Right? Would I long now? Would I long what now? Bitcoin? I would not long Bitcoin right now, no. If you're asking about Bitcoin, I would not long Bitcoin. About ETH? Since you're reading, I love you, bro. Love your vids. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I love you too. Thank you for being here, man. You guys, you know, I get to do what I get to do. It's because of you guys. Like, because you guys are here, because you guys engage and you guys watch the videos and whatever, that is what allows me to do this and make a living off of it, and ultimately help as many people as I can, which is, at the end of the day, like, you know, when I go in the ground, I want to go to a good place. That's it. So you guys help me help you, and that's all I care about. I just want to help. Okay, ETH. What about ETH? Was the question. What about ETH? Yeah, I wouldn't do anything on ETH right now. Nothing to do on ETH for me. Nothing to do. Can I look at Ondo? I think somebody asked me about this on stream today in the Nexus, and I said this all looks like shit. See, like, back to the Swift structure. Like, okay, am I here counting the candles anywhere here? Like, I don't care. Like, this is not structure at all to me. That's not structure. I don't care about that. My structure is low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. That's how I would do it. Okay, so you say you just shorted the SFP. Yeah, it looks not bad. It looks not bad. But you need that to break. If that breaks, I think your stop loss is safe here. But that's a big if that breaks, right? I personally would not short right now. But that's me. You know, to each their own. I would not short though. This needs to break for me to short. And I would probably target these ugly ass lows from over the weekend. Yeah, like this is how the position would look like for me. It needs to break. Like, I don't care that we're higher than it right now. You know, I don't do that. It needs to break. I would probably try to take it down to, like, at the minimum here. Let's say, like, I don't know, 895. I would try to short it to. But that's not a good risk to reward trade. So I wouldn't take that anyway. I would not take that. But that would be the idea. I wouldn't take it though. For me. All right. This is unconfirmed red dot bearish divergence, 3.8K on the weekly. Wait, there is an unconfirmed red dot bearish divergence on the weekly. Should we wait a decent retracement before jumping in? Bro, I don't use Market Cipher to, like, help give me directional bias. Like, I literally don't care. I can't stress that enough. Like, I don't use Market Cipher the way that I used to use it. I cannot stress that enough. I don't care if there's a red dot or a green dot or whatever. I'm trading it anyway. I don't use it for directional bias. So would I personally, you know, like you're saying, should you wait for a decent retracement before jumping in? In my opinion, I don't even think that this is going to give you a red dot. Or if it does give you a red dot, like who's to say that your next dot's not going to be white? Man, that's the problem with these oscillators. So, like, I'll tell you this. I imagine that we're coming for this high. I don't see why we would not. We would go all the way down here, have a PO3, come all the way back up here, and then not take that liquidity. That makes no sense to me. I absolutely, so red dot or not red dot, I absolutely think we will see a $4,100 Ethereum. I absolutely believe that. Does that mean that there's no shorts to be had before then? Not necessarily. But yeah, like I can't stress it enough. I do not use Market Cipher the way that I used to. I do not use it to give me directional bias. It doesn't work like that for me. You know? Based on aggregated spot volume, it looked like New York open push was driven by spot buys and open interest dropped. In the meantime, we broke out from this short range with high RVOL. Okay, cool. I don't know what RVOL is, but yeah, I did long in the morning though. On I added to my long from on Ethereum. I added to my long this morning. Yesterday I longed Ethereum. Would I trade alts without considering what Bitcoin's doing? Yeah, that's basically what I've been doing lately because Bitcoin's been doing nothing. So yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Love my trade recap videos. Am I going to start making more of those? Yeah, I will. I will. I will. This week, my focus is I gotta get the next module out in the Nexus course. I gotta get order flow out. So that's my focus this week. If y'all not in the Nexus, what the fuck y'all doing? Yes, sir. Suey. Yeah, man, I owe you guys that. Like, I need to get that out. And I'm finally, like, free, man. I've been so busy this... July was so busy for me. Oh, that was more of a question. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really look at that stuff, to be honest with you. I know we had bullish open interest on Ethereum. That's why I added to my Ethereum long. That's all I know. So I just like, I don't really look at any of the indicator stuff. I just don't really look at it. I just don't really look at it. Anyway, Sui sucks. Nothing swift about this. I don't like any of these lows. I also don't like any of this. Sui absolutely looks horrible to trade right now. I would consider a long from here. I would consider that, but I don't know if we're gonna get that. I would also consider a long from here. Basically from where we are now. What would I need to see? I need to see this low go. If this low goes, I would long this. That I would long. So we'll put an alert there. I would long that. Yeah, I would long that. I would long that. We'd go TP1 on that high. And then... yeah, I would say we're definitely looking for longs. I'd say you're probably going to come to here. So I would long that, and I would try to target like 3.74. And then just let the rest go, you know? This could take you up to 4.5. Like, this could do that. That makes sense. Makes sense. Not the best. In my opinion, it's not in the best place right now, though. Not in the best place. Like, I'm not taking this. I wouldn't take this. I would not take this. No way. No shot. No how. Too late to enter long? Not if the price goes up after you do it. I don't know, bro. Long what? I wouldn't say it's too late, but you need to. Oh man, like ETH is getting bearish open interest here. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's too late, but I would, like, as long as you know where you're targeting, you know. Is it too late to enter Sui? No, if anything, I think it's too early. I personally think it's too early. I would want to see that logo. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm like, don't not long it. If you think it's going to go up, you know, long it, do your thing. But for me, I want those lows gone. I want those lows gone. All right, y'all, listen, I'm going to head out. We've been streaming for an hour and 40, streamed an hour and a half the morning. I've been streaming for the last 3-4 hours. So I'm going to go. One love, trade safe, be good. Nexus, I'll see you guys later. I'll keep you updated with what I do. YouTube, I don't know when I will see you again. It will be this week. But your boy's got to work on some shit, and I got to hit the gym, man, because I had a lot of booze and a lot of food on the weekend. So, yeah. One love, everybody. One love. Trade safe, be good. Don't be stupid.